perennial. He comes home smelling of dirt, grit tumbling loose from the folds of his blues, fingernails ringed, 10 dark sickles sliding up the hem of my skirt. I like finding mud in strange places, lick of earth behind one ear, umber smear in the crook of his knee. He brings me tomato plants, stems bent from their prosperous heft, green threads curled at the severed ends of branches. Some days, a pot of peppers, a cupful of soil, a spindly stalk crowned with a bud, beginning to unfurl. Each night I watch him peel free his shirt, watch him enter the shower stream. And each night in our bed, moonlight settles on us like silt, his hands burrowing under the blankets toward the field of my body, his fingers grazing languidly the on of his jaw. Muslim girlhood. I never found myself in any pink aisle. There was no box for me with glossy cellophane-like heat and a neat packet of instructions in 6 languages. Evenings, I watched TV like a religion I moderately believed. I watched to see how the others lived, not knowing I was the other. No laugh track in my living room, no tidy and punctual resolution waiting. I took tests in which Jane and William had so many apples, but never a friend named Khadija. I fasted through birthday parties and Christmas parties and ate leftover tagine at plastic lunch tables, picked at pepperoni from slices like blemishes, and tried not to complain. I prayed at the wrong times in the wrong tongue. I hungered for Jell-O and Starburst and margarine, could read mono and diglycerides by 5, and knew what gelatin meant, where it came from. When I asked for anything good, like Cedar Point or slumber parties, I offered a quick inshallah, as in, can Jordan sleep over this weekend, inshallah? Peeking at my father, as if he were a god. Sometimes I thought my father was a god. I loved him that much. And the news thought this was an impossible thing. A Muslim girl who loved her father. But what did they know of my heart, or my father who drove 50 miles to buy me a doll like a Barbie because it looked like me? Short brown hair underneath her hijab, unthreatening breasts and feet flat enough to carry her as far as she wanted to go. In my games, she traveled and didn't marry, devoured any book she could curl her small, rigid fingers around. I called her Amira because it was a name like my sister's, though I think her name was supposed to be Sarah, that drawled A so like sorry, which she never, ever was. My mother makes a religion to replace the old gods. Scripture gleaned from the backs of magazine stars. She follows horoscopes like commandments, tells me, Layla, you'll be lucky in love this month, but watch out for the eyes of strangers, whatever that means. A cigarette waved like a censer through the air, calligraphy of smoke. My mother rubs oil for wishes on her wrists in the dark aisles of the Wiccan shop she loves so much. Except for the tarot cards and candles shaped like dicks, she has limits. And won't pass any open water without first sinking in a coin. She insists on fortune cookies, but only believes the ones she likes. My mother stays wary of magic, forbade me late-night Ouija conversations, but once paid $30 for a psychic to summon her sister, then cried. A child, I heard the Trinity wrong, thought God was a ghost, her faith a haunting. But now I know God is just like any man, shifty and often late. God's like a bad dog that doesn't come when he's called, and my mother waits for no one. Summers, her holy months, she lies by the pool and anoints her own good self with her own good sweat. Her wet palms turn tabloids to birds, the pages ruffled, as she tilts her face defiant toward an empty sky. In these moments, I'll believe anything she tells me. Still and radiant as a painting of a saint, halos in her sunglasses, in the future sleek and spread in her hands. My mother, seer of the week ahead. My mother, the miracle that will save herself.